Hello folks, and welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. In the previous episodes, we went all across the islands of Tikawara and to Pokokahara, so we did complete quite a few quests. As you can see, we have several to turn in now. And we're also going to start a new quest, which is Family Pride. We need to help the Bardato and Valera families kind of mend the problems they've had in the past. And you'd want to pick this quest if you were going to be siding with the Vailians in the end. So we can go to Sansa and get the next quest in the series and turn in the previous one. So we should be able to level up, hopefully, in this episode. Let's see, we need to do Sansa, which is Sansa. Where does his place at? Oh, right here.
Kneel before him and wonder at his benevolence.
Alright, let's talk to him. I think he's sleeping.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you once again. Tell me, how is the sailing? Smooth? How might I assist you?
I've got some material for your book.
I could not have hoped for a better partner in this endeavor. Your well-deserved pay, of course. Why stop here? We're making good headway, and you've certainly proven yourself. I'm sending you far out west this time, past Port Mage, past the Wakara Reef, and even the Kangati Islands. Nobody's been out that way in ages. All manner of dark stories. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'll be waiting.
Alright, so we did get the next one, which is West Wakara Reef. Okay. So, look at our map. Oh, we can't see past Nekataka. Okay. We'll look at that later. Alright, I think we did take care of a bounty. Which one do we get? Okay, yeah, so we have to go to the Brass Citadel for this one. Alright, I think we will be able to turn in our other quests. We need to go to the Vailian hub here. I think it might be too dark for this. Yeah, we have to wait. Let's wait a couple of hours. Alright. So we should be able to go straight into the office. There we go.
Ah, good, you're back. I hope you had a pleasant voyage.
I found the Audra.
Ah, before you get too far on the way, I think you ought to come with me. Director Castor will want to hear from you in person.
The man who rises to greet you is a tidy, scholarly bearing only emphasized by the thin-framed lenses he pushes further up his nose. He clasps his hands together, offering you a smile equal parts polite and relieved.
Albari tells me you were kind enough to look into this business on Pokokahara for us. I hope you bring good news.
The Audra pillar was corrupted, but I managed to restore it. It should be safe to harvest.
De veras? Incredible. What fortune we have had to find a watcher. And Audra vein of that size will do much to allay our investors' concerns. And the crew. Beza and the others.
They died in the ruins at Pokokahara. The defenses were too much for them.
A sorry end for such dedicated individuals. How very fortunate that you lived to tell their tale. I believe I can take things from here, Alvari. Agrasima. The Watcher and I have more business to discuss. Oh, and do pay the woman for her trouble first.
Alvari wordlessly hands you a coin purse. She bows stiffly and turns to depart.
I thought it best I speak with you face to face. Watchers are not so numerous here in the Deadfire, especially those of such storied backgrounds as yourself. I'd read much about your exploits alongside the Crucible Knights in Defiance Bay. Their little experiments. And I think that we are, each of us, in a position to offer each other something that we cannot find elsewhere. The Vailian Trading Company has had a presence on this island for nearly a century now. We have the greatest fleet on the seas, the support of the richest men and women in the world. What can the Royal Deadfire Company offer? A soldier's wages, so that you can elevate the fortunes of a distant king? And the Queen? A place in the Kahanga tribe among all the rest of these neglected people. You've lived outside the caste system all these years. Are you eager to return to it? I can give you money, fame, certainly. But the men and women of the company, we set our aims high. And if I only wanted to offer you work as an Adra inspector, I would have let Alvari deal with you.
So what is it that you want?
The Vailian Trading Company has maintained an outpost here in Nekataka for nearly a century now. It was only 2 years ago that we discovered the effects of Luminous Adra with the aid of our animancers and several watchers. Flaune Alette has continued to study the potential of Luminous Adra in all manner of advances. Why content ourselves to sell all this Adra as a luxury when we might use it to change the world? But of course you understand all of this. Alette sent word of your involvement in her latest experiment. A very dramatic first attempt, I hear. Though Alette has a tendency to gloss over details. But I want to hear it from you. How did it go?
My soul was sent to the Beyond, into one of Rimagran's realms.
You'll put the priest into a frenzy with talk like that. Communion with the gods is their business.
Despite the levity in his voice, Kistal regards you with gloomy regret.
A near-death experience does little to recommend Alette's efforts. I am glad you are in one piece, Watcher. We are in the early days of Alette's research. Flawed as this outing was, there is promise there. This is only the start, you know. The very dawn of a new age of discovery. But just imagine.
Kistal spreads his hands, his eyes, behind his spectacles, are fever bright with enthusiasm.
Imagine if we could transport goods and people more quickly than any vessel or horse. Cure every kind of ailment. Perhaps cure disease altogether. We'll extend our lifespans by decades, maybe even centuries one day. This has all been the work of a single outpost. I want there to be a dozen outposts, 100. Animancers working together to better our lives. Look at what we have left behind. Old Valia is a battlefield at constant war with itself. But the republics have risen from that past. We can rise farther still. And in doing so, we will raise all of Aora with us.
Belfetto!
Pelagina's outburst is restricted to a single word, but her gaze is riveted to the director. For a moment, you even see the blue flame of zeal flickering in the depths of her eyes. A lofty goal, Kestel.
Yes, but achievable, I think. I may not live to see it, but I will see the groundwork done. But I've said enough. Too much, I think. There will be more experiments to come. Until then, I have a more grounded task I need assistance with. Nothing that should put your spirit in any danger. Nekataka sees its share of smuggling. I doubt that would surprise anyone. But we've learned of a particular exchange that will have more dire effects than a few spoiled Hawana peasants. There is a Royal Deadfire Company official by the name of Quarno who has been meeting in secret with one of the Principi. I do not believe he works with the approval of his masters. He meets with a Captain Tola, a known pirate and smuggler. I hope I don't have to tell you that an alliance between a crooked royal official and the Principe is not the kind of trouble any of us need. I have a woman, Britza, waiting in the luminous bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. The smugglers do business there, and she has kept an eye on things. I promise to send assistance. Find her, and she will tell you what she knows.
I'll do it.
Excellent. Meeting you has been a stroke of luck, Watcher. I'll await your report.
Alright, so that is the, I guess kind of the guy that runs the entire Vailian trading company. What we need to do is go downstairs. Let's go downstairs. Actually, have we gone up here yet? Might be a pet out here. I don't know if we've been up here yet.
Look at this.
Okay. Oh, there's like a hidden item here. And there's our dog there.
You mean like this?
Obi, okay. Some rum that helps the group. We get a book and some silver and a folded note. Yeah, I don't think we need that right now. I don't know if that's an item for later or what. Alright, let's go head back outside of this this place. Alright, let's head over to the Brass Citadel now. Even though we didn't do what they wanted us to do, we still did get the ability to talk to them. We can still side with them if we so choose. You don't have to make a decision until after this next round of quests. And then eventually you get to the point where you have to decide, do you want to side with one faction or another? Let's go to the Imperial Command, I believe. Let's talk to this guy here.
You look like you've come with a purpose.
What's with all the black powder at Hasango? A look of surprise passes over her face. She tries to cover it with a grunt.
Noticed that, did you? Saltpeter is one of our chief resources at Roatai, and we believe in putting resources to use. Now you can see why we didn't want the Vailians nosing around our fort.
What's the game board for?
Hazatoa. Atsura and I usually have a game running, and this one's been going on for over a month and a half. Atsura's good at misdirection, but I've got a mind for the long game.
Farewell. We need to talk to Atsura. So let's look at our quest log. Yeah, return to Atsura. Okay, so he's downstairs. Alright, let's talk to Atsura.
He acts like he's gonna do one thing, then he does something else.
That's called strategy. And don't you work for Atsura?
Clear skies.
He tilts his head as he watches you, his eyes unblinking. I've restored the luminous Adra at Pokokara.
That explains the rumors the Vailians are scaling up in Queen's Berth. I'd hoped you would stop them.
His expression doesn't change, but you can feel his dissatisfaction like a shift in the temperature. I don't work for you. I guess we could do that. We can go the aggressive route. I don't work for you, Atsura. He's quiet for a long time, as he regards you.
I seem to have forgotten myself. Forgive me. I did not mean to impose. Not at all.
A smile blooms on his blank face, a sudden and out of place as a flash fire on tundra.
Nevertheless, I'm more interested in reports the storms around the islands have cleared. What do you know of this?
He leans a little closer, his hands folded behind his back. Strong concentrations of essence affect the physical world. That's how blights manifest, for instance.
Even if this isn't the outcome we'd wanted for Poko Kahara, your observation is infinitely more valuable. Take this, and remember it the next time we call on you.
He hands you a purse, but his expression is distant, as if he's still thinking about what you told him.
We'd long suspected something unnatural was behind the storms, but we had little evidence.
The smile playing at his lips is that of a man who's seen the next 3 moves in a game of Hazatoa. Rauatai is plagued with terrible storms. You think there might be a connection?
Yes. If the storms that assail Rauatai have a similarly unnatural origin, then perhaps they too can be stopped.
He looks back up at you, his eyes bright with purpose.
And if that's the case, then there's more work to be done. Work that you might be able to help with.
Another silence passes as he regards you.
After all, somebody has to keep the peace in these tumultuous times, no?
He smiles, showing you all of his pointed teeth.
In any case, Hazanui Karu has a matter that could use your help. Her office is on the main floor behind the large double doors. It's most conspicuous.
He frowns a little. Alright, let's go. So we go back to the Hazanui, which is upstairs. Alright, let's go this way. And the bear's running through the room. It'd be pretty frightening to just see like a bear just run through an office. I guess in this world it's kind of common. Alright, this is the Hazanui.
Atsura tells me you tamed the storms of Poko Kohara.
She scratches her chin with the stem of her pipe, watching you with new interest.
Makes a person wonder what kind of secrets lie in Andra's mortar.
Takes a thoughtful puff on her pipe. Why do you say that? She grins, smoke curling between her teeth.
Don't tell me you've never gazed at a horizon and wondered at what lies beyond. Or seen a no trespassing sign as a challenge.
Mischief tugs her smile across her broad jaw. In the moment, she looks somehow younger. Yeah, I suppose I have.
That's the spirit.
She claps you on the back, her wooden hand chopping against your shoulder.
Rauatai's storms have made us who we are as a nation. Hardy, driven, inventive. But they've also held us back. Forced our people to seek resources and livelihoods far from our homes and families. Imagine how much more we could achieve if we could control those storms.
Her bright eyes watch you for a reaction. You think something in Andra's mortar will help you with that?
Why not? The storms there cannot be natural. Not when they are so ferocious, so constant.
Motions to the window, a thin stream of smoke following her gesture.
And your exploits at Poko Kohara suggest that something else may be behind them. But enough of that for now.
She waves the smoke between you away. Atsura said you needed help.
There's an understatement.
Knocks the bowl of her pipe against the wooden hand.
The trouble in Hasango forced us to send additional ships back to Rauatai to make up for shortfalls. And storms at home have delayed another portion of our fleet. This leaves us short-handed here.
She purses her lips with displeasure. What are you asking me?
We're due to collect a special shipment for delivery to our port at Sayuka. We've contracted with a captain named Widla.
A flicker of distaste passes across her face.
Meet her, complete the trade, and take the cargo to Sayuka. Fleet Master Okaya is overseeing the development of some special projects there.
Takes a thoughtful draw on her pipe as she looks at you, seemingly deciding what to say.
She's one of the brightest minds in Rauatai, and it shows. You two will get along.
Her amusement manifests in her barest lift of her eyebrow.
Most of her work is, or should be, under wraps for now. But perhaps she can give you a taste of what we have to offer.
Widla and her crew, who are they?
Good sailors with a fast ship and no mind for questions.
He chomps a little harder on the bit of her pipe. They're smugglers?
Along with half the population of this storm-tossed archipelago.
He shakes her head. What's the shipment?
It'll be easier for Okaya to explain.
She puffs a thick cloud of smoke between the two of you. She doesn't break your gaze, but the effect is almost the same. If it's important, I can handle it. What's next?
Wheatless agreed to meet our courier out at sea, away from the heaviest traffic.
It's just on our map to the open water west of Nekataka.
This is her payment. We've already negotiated with her. Fleet Master Okaya will see to your compensation once you arrive with the cargo. Deadfire makes crooks and thieves out of the best of us. Somehow, though, you've stayed above all that. I'm hoping this means I can count on you. Clear skies.
Calm seas. Okay, so we do have to do one more quest to turn in. Alright, so we have to go down to the Fleet Master's office.
Will your mighty fortress protect you from the Adra Colossus?
Much better than wooden huts, my friend.
You can know.
Alright, let's talk to the Fleet Master.
My favorite privateer. Clear skies.
I dealt with Rudolph.
Then let us content ourselves that some small corner of the archipelago is safe from Vailian excess. Our work is unfinished, privateer. Are you ready to hunt anew?
What bounties do you have available?
Captain, your final target is Burunga, a Hawana captain of many seasons. She is known for bending nature to her will and pursuing her foes with relentless fury.
I'll take the bounty.
Burunga commands the Dao Puger's Tooth, which braves the turbulent waters of the Afachina Channel, far to the northeast of Nekataka.
Farewell. Alright, so we did have another quests, another bounty for the Rawatai. This one right here. It's a little bit high for us, but not too bad. Okay, so we'll have to go and take care of that one. So now what I want to do is get started on the Family Pride quest line, which is a little lengthy. So let's go back to Queen's Berth. Alright, so we're back in Queen's Berth. What we need to do is talk to both the Valera and the Beraths. So we have Pelagina. One of the things, if you want to complete this quest correctly, as far as not causing one side or the other to have issues and go to jail essentially, or die, you need to have a lot of diplomacy. So I have Pelagina boosted up as much as possible. My main character has a good amount of diplomacy, +2, but you need to at least have one character with a good amount of diplomacy. So I think, yeah, so we should have the total amount we need to complete this quest line, which I think is going to be at least 7. Alright, so, and also having Pelagina in the party is nice too, because it does offer you options as far as like talking goes. So let's see if we can get this wrapped up in this episode, but it may expand 2 episodes. Talk to the Beraths. Alright, so we need to find, let's see, who do we need to find first? So Family Pride, we need to figure out why they're fighting each other, but I think we need to talk to a specific person. Let's talk to Laredo, I guess.
Out for trouble or taking in the sun?
No, that's not him. Maybe Nira?
Laro has returned to the estate intact. Perfetto. Too much Bardato blood has been spilled in the name of Vengiata.
Tell Lero to stay out of trouble.
Here, for your discretion. You have not met Mother, have you? I'm certain she'll have work for someone invested in the family.
Okay, so we completed that one quest that she asked us to stop the fight between those two guys, between 2 families.
I have an intelligence of 6. I know.
Let's talk to her.
The newcomer. I thought you might visit. Lady Izali Bardato. Custom dictates, I say, at your service. But I have not the time for such lies.
She regards you with a cool expression, but stands with a fighter's poise.
Ado Palagina, my compliments to the Brotherhood.
Zalia inclines her head.
Ado, Maestra. The Duke's bells wish you good health and good fortune.
She bows her feathered head formally.
If I can make your time in Queen's Berth more profitable, it would be my delight.
Zalia refocuses her attention on you.
You saw my son dueling with the Valera boy. At least he survives to learn from his mistakes. When Valera and Bardato cross each other, only blood and sorrow remain.
Do you see your families ever making peace?
Perhaps in time, if great Wodica judges us worthy of supporting the company. Word has spread fast about the little spectacle at the docks. You've certainly caught everyone's attention. Perhaps the Watcher of Cadnua and House Bardato can help one another.
What is it that you want?
Queen's Berth whispers of a Valera plot against my family. Something grander than pointless duels. You are a newcomer to the Deadfire, uniquely positioned to loosen Valera tongues. Zilli Valera strums a lute by the watchtowers, a meek-tempered boy, fonder of song and drink than the family business. He might spill something of his family's affairs.
What if there is no plot against the Bardatos?
Then I will sleep better at night. My hopes do not hinge on being proven right at every turn.
Do you want me to rough him up?
Per complanker. Show more discretion than that. For now.
I'll go see what I can get out of Zilli Valera.
Try not to alert the Valeras of our knowledge. That is the point of involving an outside agent.
About this feud with the Valera family.
Bertello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions.
Would you be willing to speak with Otello?
Oh dear. You're serious, aren't you? You think I'd put myself in pistol range of that old imp?
Maybe I could speak with him on your behalf, convince him to see reason.
I suppose it's not your honor, I doubt. I have little objection to discussing the matter. I simply doubt Otello will listen.
Okay, so that's what we need to do. We need to convince them to talk to each other.
A moment of your time, Watcher. The Bardatos and Valeras may be at each other's throats, but both are vital to the company's strategy in the Deadfire. The Bardatos are not on the company's board, but they are major investors in company operations. The Valeras keep pirates from sacking our ships. The company will tolerate some level of mischief and bloodshed, even murder between them. But not burning one family to the waterline. I will not tolerate it either. Is that clear?
I'll do my best to keep the peace.
Good. It may come to violence, but use restraint. A little spilled blood may cool passions on both sides, but it has a greater chance of inflaming them.
Alright.
As you like.
Let's go in here. Let's get some stuff.
Indeed.
Okay, so we got the stuff. There actually is a really nice weapon in here that you can get if you complete the quest successfully. It's a fine pistol. Oh, this is not the white one. Never mind. There's a different one that you can get if you successfully get both sides to comply. Now I have to talk to the other family. Let's go to the Valera estate. Okay, so we have to go in here. No, this is not it. There we go.
It's mine now.
Looking prettier than when you left or so.
There's a nice little book there.
You're gonna make a habit of turning up.
Nope, not this guy. They have a lot of stuff in their house. Alright, so let's go and talk to the head of the family. think it's in
I'll
here.
do what I can.
Am I supposed to play nanny? They listen to you, Martino. Enough. We have a guest.
Ah, a new face in the Valera halls.
Valera, I'm pretty sure I caught a member of your family dueling with the Bardetto. He nods solemnly.
You will forgive me if I'm distracted. Trouble and scandal plague my household. You kept Laro and Orso from the Beyond. We could use such a mediator. Martino has need of muscle and brains outside of the Valera house.
Tell me about the job.
Let me take point on this one, Father. Some royal Deadfire crews have lately taken to pirate hunting. One such crew has been boasting of their victories near the Wild Mare, singing their Rauatai songs and making our clients anxious. Hunting Principe dogs is our business. With all these problems with the Bardettos, now is not the time for competition from the Brass Citadel. It would be better if they took their business elsewhere.
I'll talk to these sailors for you.
Perfito. I am sure the words of the Great Watcher will save the day.
Martino punctuates his sing-song mockery with an exaggerated sigh.
Make sure those royal bastards understand the Queen's birth is Valera territory.
Okay, so we also need to talk to...
Good night, Watcher.
My time is freely given. What would you do with it?
What do you bring to the Valera household?
Is drama an acceptable answer? I make sure the wine cellar is stocked, and that sons and daughters alike know how to carry a blade.
Okay. We have to do this one quest for them before we talk to the big guy here. And they'll be more accepting of us. Okay, so we have to do the quest here before we can do anything else at the Wild Mare. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up into two parts. In the next episode, we will continue on with this quest line and hopefully mediate peace between the Bardettos and the Valeras. But for now, that's going to be it. I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.